Welcome to the DL Gaming Podcast. I'm Bobby.
I'm Nick.
And I'm drinking what I thought was like an easy drink because it says Nova Easy Kombucha. These are like alcoholic kombuchas. But apparently it's 8%. That's what
Jesus Christ, dude.
Super high. This is my fourth one. That's why I'm fucking getting drunk.
8%. Well, your average beer is what, 5 or 6?
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is my fourth, and I got a fifth one lined up here. Strap in, boys, because racism's coming out tonight.
Oh, boy.
Jesus Christ.
On Christmas. We are recording
Merry
this.
Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, we are recording this on Christmas Day.
Bobby.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy
Merry
holidays.
Yeah. He's even cynical about fucking the holidays.
Fucking bah humbug, dude. I don't like Christmas. It's too I won't go on an anti-Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
No, I think
commercialized,
right?
right?
It is, but I
There
think
we
you
go.
can also
It's
make
meta.
it. You can make it special too. Like it can mean more than that. Like
Yeah, well, really what it is the fucking the kids exploding with energy and gratitude.
oh, it's totally different if you have kids.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
You have to.
It's actually fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Again.
Yeah, it's fun again. Nick, I don't know if you probably don't remember. I mean, you're one of the younger ones of the middle generation. And there was like a few years there where there was no kids, and it fucking sucked.
It sucked balls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
no,
sucked
there
balls.
was like
It's just a
nothing
bunch of
but,
adults fucking
one of our
doing it.
aunts just ranting and raving and just not shutting the fuck up every year and opening gifts early and everyone just being fucking bored.
And then congrats, everybody gets a sweater. And then that's it.
Everyone, yeah. And that's
and
it.
then
Yeah.
fast forward to there's some new kids. Am I super loud?
No, you got to turn your mic so it's pointing. You're quiet. Yeah, twist it a little bit. There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Perfect.
And so, yeah, then you introduce a few kids, and they started getting better. And then, like, next year, I want to say, is going to be bonkers, dude, because we have a whole new herd of Mexicans.
We had like Vivian understood like Christmas. Like she's like, okay, like I get there's presents and like I gotta open them. But obviously she doesn't get everything. But next year is gonna be fucking insane, dude. She's gonna be like 2.5 years old.
Yeah. Well, she's too young, but Emilio, are you doing the whole Santa thing with all your kids?
Interesting, right? So, people ask me, because I'm a pretty staunch atheist. For a while, I was very hardline. And then now I'm just kind of like to each their own. But people ask me, then why do you lie to Mila? And I was like, she was pre-lied to when I showed up.
She was pre-lied to?
Yeah. The step kid, whatever baggage they came in with, whatever fairy tales and believing it.
You got to continue the storyline?
Got to continue. But we told her this year, and it wasn't as disastrous as we thought it was going to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, really? How'd she take it?
I think because so many kids are talking about it right around 4th grade, like,
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe. So the idea of it not being real. The problem with saying Santa isn't real, though, here's a real big problem, that you're saying that magic doesn't exist. And that's
the rough one.
There's no magic. Hey, kid, you're 9. There's no magic in the world.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
It's like the first reality hit for them,
Yeah.
like that's.
And then you go, boom, taxes, fuck you.
No fairies, no unicorns. The best you're going to get is D&D, and that's it.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Wow, that's a downer.
There's no magic in the world, and go.
Man.
Wow. Well,
Did you guys get anything cool for Christmas at all? I don't know if you guys still get gifts. Shit.
I've got a statement for mine.
Yeah. We don't have anything in the listener questions about what we got. So yeah, maybe we could talk about that here. I mean, I didn't really get anything out of the ordinary, just a lot of gift cards, some sheet music for like movies. I thought that was pretty good. I got a lot of like movie themed gifts. Like I can tell, cause I don't talk with my family all that much. And they must ask my parents or like talk amongst themselves and try to figure out what I'm into, but I got like some French themed stuff.
That's good.
Yeah, that's cool. And I got a lot of movie themed stuff.
Question for you, Bobby. How many of your immediate family know that you have a podcast?
Most of them, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they
Over
do.
the years, it's leaked out.
Yeah.
Does your family know like you're like a hardcore cynic?
No, but they probably have their assumptions. What's funny, like we have our Christmas gathering every year, and so my dad this year he is listening to his first podcast
Oh,
now,
nice.
and it's The Office Girls because he loved The
Oh,
Office.
right,
yeah,
right.
and I mean so did I.
And it's the actresses,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, it's Angela and Pam from The Office.
Yeah.
I guess they're really good friends. But it's so funny because he's telling me about it. And he's like, "Yeah, it's about an hour long, but the first hour it's just a bunch of women just talking. You got to fast forward a little bit till you get to the good stuff."
Like, Dad, what's the
Dad."
good stuff? He's like,
What-
the advertisements.
Well, when they actually talk about the episode and the behind the scenes stuff,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh,
got to get
okay.
past all that women chit chat.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Dad, calm down.
So here's ultimate irony, guys. So Sam and I were at each other's throats this week because I've been working so much. It's been like 15 hours because there's storms, right? And I battle the water with a shield. Now, it's my job to get the water out, but we're getting hit by storms, and it just happens to be Christmas, and I'm like, I got to go to work. I literally show up. I'm so dirty that I leave my clothes in the doorway because I can't bring my clothes inside or my boots. So I take everything off. I come inside the house naked. I shower. I go to sleep. I wake up like 4 or 5 hours later, go back to work, and like I'm gone. And it's the holidays, and she's trying to prepare. I get it. I'm adding more stress to her. But anyway, my gifts were things to let me work harder. I got a work flashlight and I got work socks. It's like,
That's like the shit we would get my dad. I'm like, Daddy, here's a new wrench. And he's like, fuck you, man.
The
My
practical stuff.
wrench works fine enough. I try to work more.
Nick, so it was just the three of you guys for Christmas, huh?
As far as what I got, I didn't get anything too crazy. Leslie got me some really sweet ass models. What's funny is that she bought me a model, and then she like forgot that she bought me a model, and then she bought me some more. I was like, right on.
Yeah, nice.
And so yeah, it was pretty fucking awesome.
Did you double up on any of that? Like, do you have ones that you already have?
So I needed another what is called a Forge Fiend, and so yeah, now I have 2 of those, which is nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right,
Very
cool.
cool.
You want to talk about some video games?
Let's do it. So, a game that we should have talked about last week is Ready or Not. I put it on the show notes this week. Want to talk about it? It's a game that just recently came out, and I looked at it earlier, and I was like, okay, I get it. It's just another Rainbow Six Siege. It's another Insurgency, Sandstorm, whatever. Not really interested in those games, but then I heard some people talking about it on the Discord. It came up, and then just other gamers in general. I noticed been playing it on my friends list. I looked at the Steam page, overwhelmingly positive. I thought, oh, there's something there. And then I also looked and noticed, oh, this is a co-op game. It's not PvP. And that's when I really started to take interest. So this is kind of like the spiritual successor to SWAT 4. Did you guys play those old SWAT games back in the day?
Oh yeah, man!
Yeah.
I used to get so mad because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, so I just thought you just killed everybody. 'cause I was
They
a
were kind of
dumbass kid.
complicated. Now, I never played SWAT 4. Apparently, that was made by Irrational Games, the studio that made the BioShock games. But I never played the 4th one. But I remember playing some of the older ones and enjoying those. But this is very intense, very tactical, very difficult co-op. Kind of like, did you guys ever play the single player Rainbow Six, like the early stuff, like Rogue Spear?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, like
yeah.
the Hacienda level, or the one where there was like it was like Disneyland. There's like you were in a pirate themed amusement park or ride, and there were terrorists that had hostages, and you had to take them out. But it was all like a single player, going through the map, releasing hostage by hostage, that kind of stuff.
That's how. By the way, that's how Rainbow Six, the book, that started it all. That's how it ends. It's at an amusement park. Terrorists at an amusement park.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a book.
Huh, I didn't know that either.
By Tom Clancy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tom
Yeah.
Clancy's Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and it
That
all makes
makes sense
sense.
And the reason it's called Rainbow is because it's the best.
Yeah, from all the different countries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I wonder if they actually use the same characters? I always remember, like, my guy was the German Dieter Weber. That was the guy I always went
Probably that's
with the
Jesus Christ.
with the
familiar.
My
first
brain
Rainbow
would've moved.
Six. Yeah. But this looks a lot like that. I haven't played it yet, so I don't know for sure, but I am keenly interested in it. It is $39.99. It's in early access. Just released in early access December 17th.
It's interesting. You know, there's levels to the overwhelmingly positive game, right? So I think you need 1,000 in order to hit overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, you need a certain volume of reviews.
Right. And then you see a game that has 1,000 reviews and it's overwhelmingly positive. That's good. But once you get to the 10,000, 20,000, and you're still somehow avoiding the trolls and everything, and you're still overwhelmingly positive,
Yeah.
that's saying a lot.
Yeah, and that also means like the game actually works. There's no bugs or big glaring technical issues. There's a little controversy with this game. So they split from their publisher or something, and some people were theorizing it because they had talked about coming out with a school shooting level or a school shooter level where you go into like a high school where there's an active shooter on campus. And that's kind of I can see how that would be controversial, obviously, but I don't know. I could also see how that could be handled right because this is a game that takes itself very seriously.
Yeah.
It's not like trying to be goofy or funny or even edgy or anything. And I mean, like it or not, school shootings is a reality, especially here in America. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't be fair game for a video game level. I don't know.
It's weird because like I understand where like the flip side are coming from, like, oh, you can't make games about like school shootings and shit. It's like, hey man, we make games about like the Holocaust and shit, and
Mhm.
like World War II and like Vietnam and Desert Storm, and like even that got some flack. People were like, hey man, you can't make games about like Afghanistan and shit. That just happened.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I think if you do it tastefully and you do it right, it can be done. And this is like you said, a super serious game. Like it's supposed to be realistic. What's a real ass situation in America? School shootings.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's a minefield that you'd have to tiptoe around, but yeah, it's a little tricky. So yeah, I don't know. I may check this one out. The price tag's a little for me. Right now there are, I think I checked earlier today, and there's like 16 or 17,000 people currently playing at the moment. Yeah, right now
Oh
it's
wow,
at
that's not bad at all.
15,000. So I mean, a lot of people are playing this game.
I would say this, Bobby. Like, you tend to be on the more serious side of co-op. Like, you want to play the game that's the way that's intended to be played.
Hmm.
You know, everyone in its place and everybody doing their job. And I feel like people that play this game are probably like-minded.
Yeah, I mean, this type of game is going to attract those type of players. It's like playing GTFO. Like the people who are not taking it seriously are going to get weeded out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I feel like Bobby, you would really enjoy Squad for like the multiplayer concept, only because like a lot of people take that game really seriously, and they're like, move up, do this, do that, and
Yeah.
I know it's not co-op, but like still,
Yeah,
it
no,
just
I know
plays
what you're
super
saying.
serious.
And I know that's like a light mill sim, and I really don't
Yeah.
do mill sims, but I did enjoy Squad, but it's I don't know if I'd enjoy it so as much as something like this.
Yeah. I think you should check it out, Bobby. You know what? I'm going to buy it for you for Christmas. But
Then I'll have to.
But I expect something of equal or lesser value for my return.
All right.
Nick, I bought you something. Go check your email.
Oh, I saw. Thank you very much. I was gonna say thank you on air.
What did I get you? I forgot what it was.
Half-Life Alex, and your message was extremely misspelled. I'm guessing you were inebriated when you typed it.
Oh no, I
Probably
did
on
it.
a phone.
I was fucking around.
Oh, okay.
You didn't have
Thank you.
Half-Life Alex, Nick?
Well, he
No,
doesn't
I don't have
VR.
Half-Life Alex or VR, so this is
But I
going
bought
to
it.
inspire me to buy a VR.
Yeah, well, I want it as leverage for his wife. You know, be like, Emilio bought me this $60 game. You know, like
Wow.
it's basically useless unless I get some VR
A
up in
VR.
the house.
There you go.
Yeah.
And she's not listening right now because she's watching The Witcher without me.
Whoa, dude! I don't think she
Yeah.
deserves to have a vote on whether or not you get VR,
I know it's so sad. It's so sad.
dude.
I'm gonna have to talk to a lawyer now.
It's good, but compared to Arcane, it's nothing.
we're we're on chapter 2 of Arcane where Jinx just grew up. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right, cool.
What's on your radar?
So I don't have any games, but I do have a couple things. The
What you
Panasonic
got?
Soundslayer.
Well, that sounds
Demented
fucking
Warlock
cool.
put this up, and I don't understand why you would make it. Okay, so it's a speaker, horseshoe shaped speaker that you put around your head. Oh, it's the wrong
link.
It's the wrong link, dude.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ubisoft is reportedly suffering an exodus.
Well, that's the next
employees
one.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. All right.
You want to just do that? While you're there?
No. Go for it. I'm gonna
Oh,
look it up.
okay. So it's a speaker that goes around your neck, kind of like almost exactly like one of those cushy pillows you put around your neck to sleep on an airplane. And no, that's not it. Anyway, so I'm like, why? I don't get it. I guess some people really hate headphones, and then that's why you would put speakers around your neck.
I think I've seen that before. Those
I've seen it before too. Yeah, a lot of people do that. They're like
Yeah.
Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah, they go around the neck like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm not talking about like listen to your phone speakers. I'm talking about like gaming specifically for Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
Like actual like bass booming speakers.
Yeah,
Like to
like a-
listen to everything, not like headphones or anything.
like a stereo system hanging
oh,
from your
jeez.
C3 and C4 column on your spinal cord. Yeah.
No, it doesn't look that heavy.
No. I'm just saying, but why? Anybody?
No clue, man.
I don't know.
That's-
Maybe you don't like headphones.
Like I didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Maybe you got crazy hair. You don't want to fuck up your hair, or like maybe headphones never really
Yeah.
worked for you.
Now, why does
Maybe
it say
headphones-
developed with Final Fantasy? What is that?
Because
16,
they got
14?
They have a thing. You know.
Okay.
They're jacking each other off. But yeah, I don't know. So Demented Walker put this up. So I said, "Did you buy it?" I was gonna ask him before I shit all over it. I just want to know why. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world.
Well, it's $200 too. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know what the sound quality is like, but
Yeah, it's got crazy good reviews, but those. Okay, so I know of two people that review things on Amazon favorably, to win prizes, and I know that they skew the numbers. To get free
isn't
shit.
that usually like cheap junk though?
I mean, one of the people that I know got a Ninja blender out of it. That's a
That's
a,
those are
pretty good.
expensive.
that's a $400 blender. They got it not winning like a raffle, but they did enough reviews where they won that. That's crazy. And then the other person gets like $100 items pretty regularly. And I'm like, it's so hard to fucking believe Amazon reviews these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. There's an extension. I really forgot what it is, but fuck, I'm gonna look it up. And next week I'm gonna bring it in. But
Back in the day,
it's an extension that like gives reviews on stuff from other websites that are not Amazon. As weird as it sounds. And then it also like
Oh.
compares reviews from like Target, Walmart, and all those other places.
yeah,
So you're not just getting Amazon reviews.
that's good, man. I would say it's probably the worst thing about Amazon right now is the fake reviews. They should really address that.
It all started with like the people that did the fucking like those companies where they're like, oh, if you review our product and you give it above 4 stars, you get 25% off your next purchase, or you get like a $10 gift card.
Right.
And then that got banned. And then there's like the giveaways where you're like, oh, it's a 90% chance of winning this item. So
So this is not wireless. I'm looking at another Sony one, and it's at the same price, about $200, and it is wireless. It seems like if you're going to do something like this, it would have to be wireless.
Maybe it's awesome. and we just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like an audiophile and you want really good sound,
Yeah, maybe.
it
Oh,
could be
I
pretty good.
forgot. Can you find the one that I was talking about again, Bobby? Because one of the pictures. Okay, go down. The black dude. I found it so funny.
Oh, boy.
It looks like he's coming.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what people look like.
Well, that guy does. It's his own face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a bit much, I
Oh
think.
my God. I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, they're marketing it towards gamers, but what about like a movie going experience? It would kind of be nice because, you could set up like a big sound system, but that stuff gets really loud.
Ideally, I mean, I think what they're going for is like, yeah, what you're talking about, Bobby. Instead of spending $2,000 on a fucking surround sound system,
Mhm.
if you live alone in a 2 by 2 foot apartment like you do, like this is kind of the move. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, when I watch movies, I use headphones, but it's
This
not
is so weird.
it's not ideal. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it really comes down to the audio quality of this, but I feel like I would have to go wireless.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
weird neck pillow.
it's a weird neck pillow.
Okay.
If you're listening to us, whoever the fuck makes this, please send us one and we'll review it.
All right.
Next week, it's the greatest speaker ever.
My wife hates it, but I love it. So I know this isn't a PC game yet. It's Horizon 2 Forbidden West, but this trailer came out this week and it's absolutely fucking beautiful. For those who don't know, Horizon Zero Dawn was the first game. Horizon Forbidden West is the second game in the series.
Whew.
It's about a girl named Aloy or a woman named Aloy that goes to the western part of the civilization. I think they're in America, or in North America. And this game seems a lot more dynamic, a lot more biomes, a lot more new dinosaurs. They're all robots, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of new weapons as well. The game trailer just shows a lot of those new features and stuff like that. It's a third person action game. The first game is coming to PC, so that's the reason I brought it up, is because this game is most likely coming to PC only because that leaked, PlayStation is coming out with a Game Pass, all that kind of stuff. So I believe it to be true in my heart that this game is most likely coming to PC in the next 3 or 4 years. So
Nick, the first one has been out for over a year. I have it. I've played it on my PC.
yeah,
And I didn't
I
stop.
love that game.
I didn't stop playing it because it was bad or anything. It's just one of those things where like I had to keep it moving and it didn't grab me 100%. But yeah,
Yeah.
what I played was, quality.
Did you so one complaint that some of my friends have, because a couple of them have played it, is that they found the human parts boring, but they found the dinosaur parts the most fun, or like some of the other machine parts more fun. What did you think?
No, I think it was a good game and I just didn't go back to it. That's all it was. Like it just wasn't, um, Halo Infinite where I just kept playing and I could not stop. More on that later. That's called foreshadowing, Nick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um,
No, this looks
Okay.
good. Nick, a question. Do you know if this is developed exclusively for the PS5 or are they still like dual developing?
I do not know, but I highly doubt it's coming out for the PS4 because they're like touting all these like graphic updates and stuff like that. I highly doubt it's coming out for the PS4. If it is, it's going to be like looking like fucking peanut butter.
Yeah.
So
Cool, man. Yeah, this is one of their like. I mean, people talk about this game like crazy. I think
for those who don't know, the guys who made Killzone made this game, and they took a huge risk because they were like, "Oh, Killzone is going to keep running for like, Halo, where it's going to be running forever, essentially." Blah blah blah. And then they were
Switch to
like,
this.
"Nah, we're just going to start a new IP. Fuck it." And then they were like, "Boom, robot dinosaurs."
Well, they made
And
two kill zones, didn't they?
They made 4, and then a
4.
PSP one.
Okay.
I always tell a story when this comes up. Chad is inundated with video games. He's in the industry. At the time, he worked for Sony, so he gets every Sony game for free. So he tried them all, and it was just on his account. He would just get them, and then, it was very rare that he would leave the PC to play a console game, and it's so ironic because like, imagine having every single PlayStation game and just like ignoring it.
Nah.
Yeah, like nah. And this one, he stayed on the couch. I called it his sweat spot because he would just lay there and sweat and play. Gross. Anyway, he laid there for almost 4 days and fucking beat the game. Like right after work, take off his clothes, get in a sweat spot, start playing. 4 games.
This game.
Go ahead.
This game is partially responsible for like why I passed Hebrew class, because like one of my teachers was like, "Hey man, I know you fucking hate talking about like politics and your family. So let's talk about something you do like. I just played this game called Horizon, and I know you're playing it. So let's fucking talk about it."
That's really good for somebody to do that. And this is like a complex game. You got to figure out a bunch of words.
Yeah, so yeah, it's that's the best part of like that's the best part of like the doing the one-on-one lessons is that they would modify things like that, and it was a really cool learning experience. You would just learn shit.
For a second, I was thinking that you were going to say that like you played the game in Hebrew, but it probably isn't in Hebrew.
No, there's like no
There's
games.
no games in Hebrew. Huh?
No, dude, you're like learning games for like American Jews learning Hebrew.
Can you say Horizon Zero Dawn in Hebrew?
I mean, Horizon's easy, but like Zero is Ephes. So Horizon's Ophik. I mean, Dawn. I mean,
you are just translating the words, though. You're translating the meaning when you're doing a translation. And what does Horizon Zero Dawn
it doesn't
mean?
anything. That's what I was saying.
So Horizon Zero Dawn is the name of the program, so it makes no sense.
Yeah, apparently the story's pretty good. On
It's very good. Horizon Zero Dawn is the name of the end of the world program.
Okay.
So, I got to pee again because I can't drink things in cans without peeing. What's BOC, Bobby?
I have no idea what BOC stands for. It's a mystery.
Bank of Canada, somebody said, I think.
No, they were messing around.
What's BOC?
BOC is a 4X game that is going to be coming out, well, at least early access is coming out first quarter of 2022. So it looks like your run-of-the-mill 4X game, except they're saying that it's going to be very wide scale, like taking place on actual planets, and there's also going to be climate simulations, and also nonlinear progression. So usually in these games, you pick a class or you pick a race or a culture or something, and that limits you to what you have available. In this, I guess they've got some sort of weird type of talent progression where you can just go in any direction you want, really. The information that they do have, they got a lot of info on the Steam page, but it's a lot of reading. Not too many screenshots or videos yet. But from what I was reading, it just sounds like they're really going big on this. Like they're trying to do something very, very large scale that hasn't been done before. So it'll be interesting to see if they pull that off. It seems very ambitious, and when that's great and all, if you can pull it off. But yeah, I'm really curious what BOC stands for. I couldn't find that anywhere on the Steam page.
Do you like super big 4X games, or do you like the smaller ones, kind of like Age of Empires and stuff like that?
Well, what do you consider a big one if Age of Empires isn't a big one?
I mean, so there's, I guess, okay, so you have cities, and then you have like states, and then you have nations, and then you have planets, and then you have space. So I guess you like small would be like cities and states.
Okay.
Like Endless Legend would be a pretty big one, right? Because that's about global conquest.
Yes, yeah. I would probably consider that. Yeah,
one of the bigger ones.
I'd say I like 4X games, but when it comes down to it, I never play these just because they take so much time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's really a lot, and I don't know. I'll wait to talk further about this when we talk about Bannerlord next week.
I can't wait to get into it, man.
I'm so itching to fucking talk about it, dude. It's so good. Like after this, if Leslie falls asleep before like we go to bed or something, I'm gonna play like 3 hours of it.
I'm gonna play
It's
tonight.
so good.
I feel like everybody's gonna go to bed early tonight, and hopefully I get to play some.
Well, did you already install it? Because I think it's a pretty
Yeah.
big install.
It's
Okay.
It's like
installed.
60 gigs.
Yeah.
The problem with it is that I played Halo Infinite for like right after the podcast. I was like, oh, tonight I'm gonna finish Life is Strange 2, and I'm gonna play Banner. No, I loaded up Halo Infinite, got sucked the fuck in, man, to the campaign.
How far are you?
I mean, not that far. I'm probably done with the first section of the Halo. You know that.
Oh, so you're probably, so there's three like main islands. Did you do like destroy the AA batteries on the second island?
No, I just stopped the mining operation on the first island.
Okay, yeah, you're close.
Yeah. Or I'm in the middle of ending it. And
Yeah.
here's my and this is coming from a person who's never played a Halo game or anything like that. I would put this in the dumb fun category. I really don't care about the story. But the gameplay is so just like it's funny because I was playing at the beginning. I'm like, these guns don't feel very satisfying, and I don't like the way the character jumps and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, this is kind of bullshit. And then I just did not stop playing, and I kept playing and playing and playing and playing, and then I'm realizing that there's like the guns don't end. There's got to be over 20 guns, probably like 25 guns I was playing with.
And there's more. There's the variances of each gun too.
Variants. So you can go
Yeah.
and like Nick was talking about last week, where you could go and play these node missions, which aren't even missions. You just drive over there, wreck shop, and then you unlock something. It really only takes about, if you get on the first try, 2 minutes, Nick, to like take down an encampment. Kind of like Far Cry, but like in Far Cry, Far Cry does not sound tactical, but in this, it makes Far Cry look tactical because you go in there, you mark your targets, and you're like, oh, let me release the bear so I can throw the fire grenade over there. No, this is just like you you fucking do a wheelie with your machine gun alien motorcycle. And while you're in the air, you're mowing down guys while they're shooting at you. And then you release the captives, which is a human Marines. Suddenly, they all instantly have machine guns as soon as you.
Yeah, they just start picking up shit off the ground and start blowing people away.
They start talking shit too. They'll be like, oh, I knew I told you I was gonna get back at you, motherfucker. I was like, the food here sucked, and they're just like stupid one-liners, and it's very like Duke Nukem, you know. Like,
what's your favorite grunt line from like the little guys, the ones that run around?
Yeah, they have.
I'll tell you my favorite one once you tell me yours.
Go ahead.
Mine's I hope the human afterlife sucks.
That was mine too. Yeah, every once in a while, dude, a little grunt will hit you with the final hit and kill you, and they mock you after they kill you. Yeah, and that's one of their lines.
Wow.
I hope the human afterlife sucks. Yeah, there's some other pretty good ones too. I have never realized how like Halo's very aware that it's a video game, and it plays into it, and I think it's great. I'm having a really good time with it. But I'm not blown away by anything in particularly, but it's just fun. I'm having a good time, and so yeah, I want
Not playing the multiplayer though.
No.
All right, just single player.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I feel you get the grappling hook and stuff. Every once in a while, you do some badass shit that you're like, oh, fuck, I just actually did that in this game. That's insane. Like, you launch yourself in one direction, use a grappling hook to pull yourself in another direction, get behind another guy, melee him. It's fucking crazy. You can... every once in a while, it's a big sandbox. I want to call it a sandbox playground where physics are loosely embraced, and you have a really good time. Yeah, I have no complaints about this game.
Yeah.
So,
And it's
one
free.
thing,
No,
one
on
thing that I
Game Pass.
recommend
Yeah.
doing once you get the chance, have you gotten the variant space laser? You can get it on the first island. So like you know how
No,
you know the little oracle laser, like it's a gun that just shoots like a straight beam.
not the pistol,
Uh,
right? Not the alien
no,
pistol.
no, 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 no. It's just a straight beam of
No.
death.
Mm-mm.
So uh, you you'll find it eventually. It's one of the bosses. So normally it holds 250
Energy.
like milliseconds of energy.
Yeah,
The variant only holds 80, right?
yeah.
And it only takes like 13 milliseconds to like kill anything. What the thing to do is to get a warthog and fill it up with marines and give them all that gun and just drive around and just watch them melt everything.
You're like a portable microwave. Zapping
Yeah,
everything.
because they don't run out of ammunition, so
Yeah.
they just literally melt everything. Like they'll blow up enemy vehicles instantaneously.
Oh
It's
shit! Do you get to
hilarious.
fly planes? I didn't know this.
Yeah, you can get banshees and you can get hornets and stuff.
Vehicles do seem overpowered in this game. But anyway, I had a
Yeah,
great time. Free on Game Pass. I mean, if somehow you've been listening to this podcast and you don't have it, it's worth the $15 just to play this game or any of the other.
You know, the vehicles seem pretty strong in the multiplayer too, but I'm almost glad that they do because I can't tell you how many multiplayer games that I've played where you're putting yourself at risk if you hop into a turret or if you,
Yeah.
you know, whether it's stationary or on a vehicle. It just seems like it's never worth the risk. And a lot of times they just end up getting ignored.
Yeah,
Huh.
totally.
so hey, Emilio, if you grapple hook any vehicle, by the way, even the flying ones,
Yeah, you go
you'll
into it.
kick. Yeah, you'll kick anyone out of it.
It-
So
OP,
later on,
by
when
the
you
way.
face the banshees, you can do the same thing.
Yeah, it's way OP. Dude, it's like a Grand Theft Auto heist, dude, but from like range. So you just grapple hook them, you fly towards them, you kick them in the face, they fly out, you jump in, they're still alive, you turn it around, and you kill them with it. It's a little OP.
Wow. Sounds fun though.
No, that's all it is. It's fun. Yeah.
It's nothing but fun.
All right. Well, I played a little more Sea of Thieves this week, actually. There was one day
Nice.
in particular where I just played like hours of it. I just kind of got, I joined up with some randos, and after a time or two, I ran into one guy who just really like showed me the ropes. But before I did that, I actually jumped into the arena mode, which I didn't know existed. It's just a pure PvP combat mode where you just jump on a ship with a bunch of other random people and you just fight other people. And I guess you get some sort of points or there's some rewards at the end of it, depending on where you play. So I wasn't paying attention, but it was kind of fun. I mean, if you're looking for something more combat based with that, and it's a good way to practice those too, or practice that as well.
Tegloro was talking about on the Discord allegiances, I think.
Hmm.
And so with if you and your friends join and are playing on two different ships at the same time, you can fly the same flags and be co-op.
Yeah, so that kind of happened when I was playing with this guy who really knew what he was doing. We had kind of a language barrier. He was from Argentina, but he spoke good enough English that I could understand him and he could understand me. He just couldn't understand me when I talked on voice chat, so I had to do it through text. But
How important are these guys, by the way?
what do you mean?
You know, there's like that knowledgeable guy that doesn't mind showing
Yeah.
people around.
Well, I think there's a lot of people like that in Sea of Thieves. Like it seems to be a pretty good community, kind of like Deep Rock Galactic. Like a lot of people there are not going to try to screw you over. I did hop into one game and my partner wanted to go just like try and raid a ship and we had no chance whatsoever. It was like, you know, they had like this really cool looking sails. Like you could tell they'd been playing a while. Plus
Yeah.
it's a 4-man ship and we're just like two guys on a sloop, like a little 2-man ship. There's no way it's happening. And he's like initiating combat with him. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? But most people that I ran into in that game were really friendly. In fact, we were fighting some skeleton ship and some other guys, again, like had really fancy sails and a paint job and everything. So very experienced, pulled up and were like, "Hey, do you need some help?" Yeah, sure, man. And they like helped us blow us up. And it's like, "Hey, let's form an allegiance." I'm like, "What's that?" And I guess if you put treasure on their ship and they put treasure on your ship, then it forms like an allegiance. And then you see them on the little mini map too. And then when they go and turn in quests, you get a little cut of that, or you get a
Oh,
little
shit.
percentage of that. And then when you turn in quests, they get a percentage of that too. So
And
this,
then if you get somebody from their ship to vote against somebody on their ship, you can vote them off the island.
well, I don't know. That didn't come
No, I'm
up.
just joking.
Yeah, I mean maybe because
I
you
was
can you
making a
can
survivor joke.
well you can vote to throw people in the brig on your ships.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if someone's being a jerk.
Oh
then-
yeah, if someone's being an asshole, you can vote them to go straight to the brig.
Yeah, put them in jail. But yeah, I mean, they had no reason to do it other than just to be nice and help us out. So, that was really cool. And then of course, like the guy that I was playing with for hours, he was just showing me like all sorts of things, like how to do the fishing and,
What's
how
the
to,
point of fishing besides food or none?
well, you get the fish and then you can cook them,
Right.
and you have to cook them a certain way. If you burn them, then you could light your whole ship on fire, and you could also undercook them. So, and the fishing was actually a little trickier than I thought, man. It was, it's like playing some black bass on NES, but yeah. So it was cool, man. I had a good time. I still really enjoy that game, and I'm always down to play more of that if people are out there. I feel like I'm like at a competent point with it too, that I could be useful in like a PvP situation or more difficult missions.
That's what I was going to ask you. Are you your competency on sea combat, and not just that, but like, are you enjoying it more? And because you just got a taste of it last time when we played together,
Mhm.
but now you've like thoroughly
Yeah.
gone through a lot.
I feel like I've
battles.
been through a lot. So one of the things I was trying to do that took me forever was I was working on a tall tale, which is kind of like this expanded mission, I guess. And the missions are really great. I love how there's no hand holding in it. Like they give you the actual clues and there's little riddles and you just got to figure them out. Even if you Google some of them, like the websites will say like, here's some hints, but we're not going to tell you,
Oh,
which I think is actually really cool.
yeah.
And yeah, I really enjoy that because it makes it an actual game, and it's not just like you doing performative tasks like, okay, go here, talk to this guy, click on that, you know.
I feel like you're not a deck swabber anymore. You're up to like at least powder monkey right now.
Yeah, I'm moving up.
He's doing real work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, having a good time with Sea of Thieves. I'll leave it installed, but man, that game takes up so much room.
What is it? How many?
Yeah, it does.
I think it's like 70 gigs.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's on sale right now on Steam too for $20, which is interesting because for a while it kept going on sale for $23.99. It was always on sale for $20,
Yeah.
and then they came out with that update, and then when it went on sale it was $24, and now it's back down to 20. So
Huh.
They have to compensate for how much they spent on the expansion.
yeah, I mean I can
And
understand that.
Yeah, once you recoup that, then you.
Yeah,
go back.
plus you could always get Game Pass and it's on there.
Isn't Jack Sparrow in the game now or some shit like that?
Yeah, he is.
Well, there's a whole Pirates of the Caribbean side
Yeah.
quest.
And the thing about the game is it really feels like you are on Pirates of the Caribbean, the Disneyland ride. Like I feel the same, like when I'm sitting in that Disneyland ride
Yeah.
and going on Pirates of the Caribbean, like that's what it feels like playing this game. Like I feel like I'm playing a pirate in like an amusement park. They really nailed it.
That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, they nailed the pirate
Yeah.
game. I don't think I've seen any other game. I mean, Assassin's Creed, yeah, that game's great and all, but it's a little more serious and it doesn't. I still don't think they nailed it as good as Sea of Thieves does. Like, I've never seen a better pirate game.
It's all the best pirating parts without the syphilis and the
Hmm Yeah,
And
dying when you're 36.
yeah bleeding out because your guts are on the deck.
Hmm
Dying of fucking rust infection, whatever the fuck what's that called?
Tinnitus. No.
Tinnitus. No, it's not tinnitus. Tinnitus is when your ears go,
What
right?
is it called?
Tetanus.
Tetanus.
I
Yeah.
was close.
Yeah.
A lot of the same letters. Anybody else?
All right.
Defeating the beast.
Yes. Oh, so yeah. I've been playing The Binding of Isaac with Leslie, and for the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we've been trying to do the hardest boss in the game. Or not boss, it's really just the hardest achievement, I guess you can say, in the game. Or playthrough. That's what it is, playthrough. Because there's plenty of achievements like don't get hit at all, and
The hardest path, Nick?
path. Yeah. So have you've beaten the beast, right?
I have not. No, I stopped playing like 2 weeks after this came out, and not because it's bad. It's just didn't go back to it. One of those things.
So yeah. So the so there's Mother, right? Everyone knows who Mother is, which is one of the new boss. But there's another boss after Mother, and it's called the Beast. And so what that requires you to do is you have to beat the whole game by going all the way to Mom, defeating Mom, leaving Mom's room, going back all the way back, reverse through the game, and then defeating this new boss called the Beast, which has a bunch of sub bosses and mini bosses in front of it, and it's pretty fucking hard. Um, I we tried a bunch of times to get broken, and even some of the times we were broken, we still lost, and we finally fucking beat it, man. And it was such a sigh of relief,
Especially in
just
a
like,
co-op situation. It's like, guy, you look at each other and it's just like, fuck yeah, we did it.
yeah, it was so
Can
nice.
you look him up, Nick, Bobby? I've never seen him before. Brian Isaac the Beast.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
It's like a giant. I don't know how to describe it. He's got
What he
like
has?
3 eyeballs.
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, this is. I'll tell you how little I've played of Repentance. I've never been on the side-scrolling level.
That's the only part. That's the only part in the game that's side scrolling.
Oh, gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
even look like
It-
Binding of
it's-
Isaac.
It's Flappy Bird plus the Binding of Isaac. Like it's
Cool,
it's
man.
it's so fun. But yeah, like we were trying all different kinds of strategies. Like Leslie was like, "You're gonna pick up every health item, all this stuff." Like we tried filtering out like all these different things, and it just wasn't working. And then we just play it every night before bed. Like it's just what we do because it helps Leslie go to bed. And we just played and won. And we were like, "Holy shit, we did it!"
I
I
think
won
Leslie,
with 1 heart left, bro. 1 heart left.
I think Leslie must be better at Binding of Isaac than Sam because we've been trying to unlock the twins. I think,
How do you do that again?
uh,
Esau and
Yeah.
what's his name?
yeah,
By the way, it's not a 2-player character. One person plays both of them.
yeah. But
It's hard as fuck.
it's hard as fuck, dude. We did that for like 3 weeks, and we gave up. We might have done it, and then we stopped playing. Yeah, kids, man.
Kids.
All right.
Graveyard Keeper.
Yeah, I finally played Graveyard Keeper. I've been meaning to play this game for a long, long time. I was kind of surprised by the similarities between this and Stardew Valley. I don't know why. I mean, I figure it's probably obvious to most people just by looking at it. God, I couldn't get into this game as good as I think it was. I just had a hard time. Maybe it's because I played so much Stardew Valley
Yeah.
recently. I think I was just kind of over it. It's kind of the same thing. So the story is you're some guy who just mysteriously gets transported to another dimension, I guess. It's kind of like like the past, but also like a weird version of the past. You don't know what you're doing there, but all of a sudden you are the graveyard keeper and you're being given all these tasks to do. Primarily take care of the graveyard. So these bodies get dropped off. You have to bury them. And you've got to decorate the funeral or decorate the graveyard.
Very
To get
morose, dude.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's kind of twisted. Before you even bury the bodies, you do like an autopsy and you can extract materials that you can use for
Gross.
other things. So yeah, it's kind
No.
of dark, like a little morbid. But then there's also a ton of other things too, like setting up farms and chopping down wood, like all the stuff you're kind of used to. God, it really is, and of course there's combat too as well. You go around and swing a sword. It is really close to Stardew Valley. So if you enjoyed that game, I imagine you like this one as well. One of the key differences though is so Stardew Valley, it's got that time window where you wake up in the morning and you do all your stuff, and then you got to be done by a certain time at night. Otherwise, you lose a bunch of your gear and some of your health. But this, you can stay up all night. It's really the only thing that forces you to rest is your energy. So if you go out and you use up a bunch of your energy, you could have to go right back to bed really quick and replenish that.
You think it's a better system?
I don't know. It's just two ways of doing the same thing,
yeah.
basically. Yeah, and then there's a lot of different things going on with characters. Like they do kind of like a quest system in an interesting way. Like they don't pop up as quests. You just go to the NPCs, like a character sheet of all the NPCs, and then you see like what you have to do for each one of them.
Oh, that's so much better than walking around the town and collecting them all.
Well, no, you still have to do that.
Never mind.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to continue playing it, honestly. Like I played a pretty good amount of it and I kind of got far in it and I see where it's going and what all you're going to do with this, but it just feels like, it's so much work.
Yeah.
I didn't do the fishing game yet. I thought Stardew Valley did a pretty good job with the little fishing mini game, but it looks like this is a little different. This developer, Lazy Bear Games, I feel like they've done something else. What else have they done? Oh, Punch Club. That's right. Punch Club.
Which you loved.
Yeah, big fan of Punch Club. Really like that. So that's why when Graveyard Keeper came out a couple years ago, I was like, I got to play that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I got to say that I like Punch Club a little bit better.
Huh.
Yeah. Did you ever play? I know Chi played this for a very little bit, but didn't get too far in it. Nick, have you ever checked out this game or had any curiosity about it?
I've never seen Punch Club in my life or Graveyard Keeper.
Really, Punch Club? Oh, it was a pretty popular game a while back. That's a more straight up sim game, though. That's really, more like a simulation game. Graveyard Keeper also has a bunch of DLCs, which I don't know what that adds to it. But the game itself is on sale for $5 right now. That seems like a pretty good deal. Bad. Yeah. The DLC, I think, was a little more. Oh, no, it's, well, $250, $150, $150, and then the new one, I guess, is $10. Yeah.
Okay.
And they've all got these
all.
really punny titles. Stranger Sins, Game of Crone, Better Save Soul. Yeah. That's kind of how Punch Club was, though. They had so many references. Yeah, I don't know if you like those games, those simulation games, but Punch Club I really enjoyed.
What's the game about?
Punch Club?
Yeah.
Boxing.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a boxer and you're training for it's only $250 right now. What a deal. You're a boxer and you can go a couple different routes. There's like a love story storyline that you can explore. There's also you can become a crime fighter. You can become the boxing champ, or you can become like a street fighter. But you've got to train like every day. You got like this window of time. You just train every day, and you work on like different things: strength, cardio, or agility. Different stats. Got a little grindy, but it was pretty good. Yeah, I remember playing this game all the way through. I liked it so much. Put a lot of hours into this one.
Was it the writing or the simulation that you like, or the mechanics?
No, the mechanics. I mean, all the references to like the Ninja Turtles and Don King and like all that, all the funny references are kind of cool, but they don't hold up a game. In fact, you can overdo that, I think.
Yeah, you can.
So the Knights of Pen and Paper. What are those games called? There's two of them. I don't think you guys played them. May not have even heard of them, but I think it was Knights of Pen and Paper +1. Yeah, Knights of Pen and Paper +1, and then Knights of Pen and Paper 2. That's a game that I think went overboard with the references. It was just like, God, every single dialogue.
Click on it, Bob.
It's a very simple RPG game.
It's like that kid in class that just only talks in memes.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Some people's whole personality is movies,
memes,
movie references.
Yeah.
And Bobby's like a $1 million times over movie buff. Very rarely references movies.
No, I mean, I had a friend when I was young where we pretty much communicated in movie quotes, but I don't really do it now because just most people just don't get it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they wouldn't get it.
I have a friend who he doesn't realize it, and he just keeps every
Yeah,
time.
nobody knows
Every
what he's
part,
talking about.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Well, it's tough, dude, because like there was a time and a place. I remember when I was on a bowling team. This is probably like 15 years ago. I was on a bowling team. You used to be on a bowling team for a while, by the way. Pretty good bowler here. Weird brag, but okay.
Humble brag.
But one of the other teams was called Boats and Hoes. And it was like, okay, yeah, dude, everyone knows that reference because, you know, back in like 2008, we all watched the same movies. We were all on the same page. Like the next big Will Ferrell comedy was like everybody was always referencing it. But nowadays, you don't really have that. Like you can't really reference, like, there's not. I guess that's been happening slowly over the generations.
Yeah.
You know, there used to be like 3 channels on TV.
The Thing.
Yeah, there used to be one late night host. It was Johnny Carson, and like
Yeah.
everyone would talk about that. Now everything is just so fractured and niche that
Fractured is like a negative connotation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fractured sounds bad. I
Well-
would say like
well, niche. But I would,
diversified or like
yeah,
at
I would say there are some negative
specialized.
parts of it though. There are some
Specialized?
negative parts of it though, like
Yeah, the
like not being
community
on the
part.
same page.
yeah, and it's
Yeah, I
rare
wouldn't.
that
I wouldn't
happens.
say
Mhm.
Like
fractured.
okay, so I really feel like everybody was watching Loki, and then what was before Loki that was really good on Disney, Nick? This whole thing that they've been doing. Oh, WandaVision.
Mhm.
Everybody was watching.
Everyone was watching WandaVision.
Yeah, but now we're down to Hawkeye. Not one person.
We're down.
Not one person has talked about Hawkeye. Like I haven't.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm like
People at my work who are all like, every single one of my coworkers are Marvel fiends.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "What's Hawkeye?" I'm like, "All right." I'm
Scraping
like,
the bottom
I'm
of
not
the
even
barrel with
watching that.
Hawkeye here.
And
I
they
mean, it
pulled out the
sucks.
fucking Wilson Fisk card, which now I'm just like, all right, now I gotta watch it.
I kind of dig Jeremy Renner. I think it's really interesting when like guys are also actors, which is usually like a, you know, a more of a not a guy's guy thing to do. You know, to be in the arts would be like more of an artisty thing to do. Like kind of Shia LaBeouf, surprisingly, when I watch him on Hot Ones, kind of just like a dude's dude, you know, like hang out with guys, fucking ride bulls and shit like that. But then again, on the other side, he's got this really flowery artistry thing that he does. So Jeremy Renner's on that end where he's like talks about farting and all that stuff, and then on the other side, and he's an artist.
It's called being
Drama
balanced,
club,
Elliot.
like a drama club jock.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's called being
moving
balanced.
All right. Nick, I think you got one more thing you want to bring up here.
Yeah, so this is just really quick. I watched a YouTube video that explained this, and I couldn't agree more. So remember I was telling you guys about Escape from Tarkov just wiped,
Mm-hmm.
and like everyone just restarted from zero.
Yeah.
Well, they did something new that nobody realized they did until like a week later. They banned a bunch of stuff of being sold on the flea market, which is where players sell stuff to other players. And it's just nothing but the best stuff that you can buy. And so what this does is it prevents essentially from all the late game stuff from being sold to anybody. And so now everybody's having to play the game like with it. So there's a playstyle called the rat playstyle where you play like super slow, you hide in corners, and you like, you know, everyone doesn't have like the best armor and they can take like 10 shots in the chest. And it's the best thing in the world because now people like us that don't have that much time to grind money and buy the best shit all the fucking time just get to like play the game and everyone else is on the same fucking level.
Kind of evens the playing field.
Yeah, it's great.
But-
I think they might stay with this.
So
you lost me, Nick. What is the problem that this is solving?
Okay, so this is the number one thing that Tarkov had, right? After the first 3 weeks of every wipe, the player base drops by 80% every time.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is that the people that have lives can't catch up to the people that don't have lives because what ends up happening is those people that don't have lives buy the best gear from people that farm that farm NPCs and farm the best gear from the maps, and so they buy like what is called Category 6 level armor. So stuff that can take like AK-47 rounds to the head and it just bounces off,
Mhm.
right? And
So they're buying
so
this with in-game currency. So in order to actually
yes,
purchase this stuff, what do you have to do?
you have to keep playing the game. And
Okay.
so
But you have to play the game. It's easier to play the game and earn currency and to buy the good gear than it is to play the game and get the good gear yourself.
so what it
Perfectly
is like
framed question.
how do I explain this?
Yeah, this is weird, Nick. I don't get it. You're saying that like people that play the game a lot get enough currency to buy things from people that play the game a lot?
So this is what would happen. There's a skill ceiling. It's not a skill
His
ceiling.
own brain is melting.
There's a money ceiling that prevents anybody from playing the game after a certain point of time, right? Where my gun essentially is completely useless to the people that have this gear. And the people with this gear should only be playing on like certain maps, and they really should only be playing against other people. I don't feel that way, but a lot of other people feel that way. I don't give a fuck. I'm pretty good, I think, and I can take on all kinds of shit. But it prevents a lot of people from playing because, like I said, like 80% of the population that play stop playing after 3 weeks. So what this does is it prevents the best gear that you can buy from being purchased from other players. So the only way you can get it is by actually going into raids, by actually playing the game, killing bosses, and getting the gear yourself. You can no longer buy it by buying, money from Chinese
Okay.
money farmers.
Okay.
Let me try
Okay.
to
So then that makes sense. So you could actually spend real world money and buy in-game currency and then buy the good gear.
Yeah, so that's what a lot of people used to do is that they used to. So one of the things that was killing Tarkov, like it was like hemorrhaging players, was the
hold on,
real.
Nick. Let me try to summarize this. It sounds like it's the game's trying to reward skill over time played.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And so what was happening, so what's happening now is that you're seeing these people that are good, like that can take on the bosses and that can take on some of the people. They get to have their game, they get to have their gear, they get to have their stuff, and they get to play the game and all that stuff. But the people that used to pay like, $10 to buy like 10 million rubles or whatever and just buy the best gear and then just do all that stuff. Now that stuff doesn't make any money because you can't sell it anymore.
That
It used to be extremely lucrative to hack into Tarkov, go to a map called Labs, hack through the whole entire map, kill all the NPCs, kill all the players, take all the stuff, sell all the stuff, and then sell the money to people that would buy the money. Well, now because you can't buy the best shit, the money's
it
invaluable.
de-incentivizes
Yeah.
doing that.
And so because of that, they're seeing their player base stay.
Dude, hats off to this game because what they're doing by doing what you just said is like some people are going to be de-incentivized. They're not going to want to play the game now that they can't. I feel like overall, the hardcore players are going to love it more. The medium core players are probably going to love it more, but the like hackers and all these other people aren't going to like it as much. But you're gonna dwindle your player base. Overall,
So-
it's probably worth it. But
So
but
it was getting
I respect what they did.
it was getting so bad. Okay, the number one streamer and the number one Tarkov player.
Warconia says, "Do you remember we just played video games for fun?" It's
Yeah.
so complicated now, man.
So yeah, right now, so Sniper, 5 million rubles is going for $20. That is actually comparatively, that is expensive from what it used to be. And the thing is, that's not that useful anymore. So people aren't buying it nearly as often.
Yeah.
It's not, you can't buy the best shit anymore. So
Well,
it's not
what could you
useful.
used to get for 5 million
The
rubles?
best shit, period. Right?
Yeah, you used to be able to buy like the best armor, but like for $20, you used to be able to get like, I don't know, like 10 million 12 million rubles.
Sniper,
And
you're
so-
sick. Go to bed. Get some soup. Get some Canadian soup and go to bed. I don't want you posting anymore. I want you to sleep and healing. I need you here next week.
Yeah, we need our clicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sniper says I can't show up to work, and then he's here at work. It's almost like you drove by. You drove by and you like waved at us while we're
See if
working.
anyone else is here.
It's bullshit, Sniper. Bullshit.
Well, we will need them next week because that is going to be our Game of the Year episode. So this is your last chance to
So
to
now,
get in and tell us.
Any shout outs or any nominations that you have, you can
Mhm.
do it in our Discord with the Game of the Year channel.
Yeah, and they're being taken into consideration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, our choices are not that strong.
Yeah,
So
we're all kind of like, float.
we're open to ideas here.
I would say that we're floating ideas out there, kind of like those Thailand candles that you just light and they fly up in the air. We're like, this might be the Game of the Year. You just kind of let it go,
Yeah, why
wherever
not?
the wind takes it.
Wow.
So, so before the swipe, right? The best Tarkov player, or not Tarkov player, the best Tarkov streamer is not
See, we're moving on, Nick.
Oh yeah, all right.
No, I'm sorry. I was being rude. Go ahead.
Made a video, right? And he's like, the main problem with Tarkov right now is hacking. And you can't hate the hackers because the hackers are like people from like poor countries that are just trying to hack to make money, to make a fucking living, or they're like teenagers that are hacking to fucking make whatever fucking money, right? And you can hate those people because they're just pieces of shit. But like the people that are like in Indonesia hacking, like because they're trying to just make money to survive, you
God,
can't
dude,
really
could
hate
you
on
imagine
that.
that some dude's like hacking Tarkov to feed his family?
Jeez.
It's a thing. Like
You're just
people
trying to
hack
have
WoW,
fun.
like people play like multi-box WoW to like in like third world countries to make fucking money. As bad as that sounds. Anyways, and because of that video, a lot of people stopped playing Tarkov, and because of that, you know, when people stop playing the game and people stop spending money, that means the developers have to change. And they actually fucking
Yeah.
changed.
These
and
are good
they're seeing
moves,
a clear
man.
state.
Well, it's going to be better for the game long term. You know, even if it upsets some people in the moment.
Nick, the more you explain this game, the more I like it. Auxiliary.
You like the idea of
I
it.
like the idea. I like their politics.
Yeah, you're not gonna play it.
No, it's
You
too
like the idea.
hardcore for me. I'm not that good of a shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah. It was supposed to be a short topic. Like it was supposed to be like 30 seconds, not this long. But
God damn it! Like I really got to pee again, but then I really want to talk about NFTs. But you guys started off.
All right. Well, we'll start with another one. We've got some listener questions here. So let's start with one for me. Zap Cratchit asks, Bobby, do you ever secretly log on to Heroes of the Storm and play a few rounds? No, I don't, actually. The thought crosses my mind from time to time, especially times like this during the holidays when I have a little bit of downtime, at least comparatively to other times. I'm like, yeah, maybe, but I never really even get close to it. The closest I do come is I will go on Twitch and just maybe watch a stream, like watch a game or two on a stream. And what's really funny is the Heroes of the Storm streaming community has not changed very much since I quit playing the game about 3 years ago. It really hasn't. It's like the same people complaining about the same stuff are doing the
shit.
exact same thing. You know,
that's funny.
it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Do you I have the same thing with League. Like I have a friend who like for the past 7 years is still playing League, and he still messages like, "Hey man, you wanna play an ARAM?" And I'm like, "No, man." But every now and then I like log in and like get the free shit or whatever. And I just see him and he's complaining about the same shit, complaining about the same champs, and I'm just like, all right, Xavier, we're good. Bye. I'll talk to you later. You can keep playing League.
Yeah. Oh, MOBAs. All right. He also asks, does anyone care about Steam sales anymore?
Not really.
There was a point where, like Bobby and I we said that like we got to a point where like every other one doesn't matter because we already own everything. You know, once you get to a certain age, it's like it's not a thing about like can I afford this game. It's like is it worth the money? And you
Yeah.
start
Am
whatever.
I actually going to play it?
Are you actually gonna play it? And I forgot who it was. I feel like it was Emu Killer or somebody who's like, I've got this. Oh, Lab Monkey.
Mm-hmm.
He had this. He's like, unless I'm gonna play it that instant when I download it and play it or buy it, I'm not gonna buy it. And it was like such a good rule, and then you don't end up making this stupid crazy backlog that you're never gonna play until you're in a fucking insane asylum somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, not even like, okay, I'll play this tonight or I'm gonna start this tomorrow. Like,
Right now.
am I gonna play it this second? Once I purchase this game, am I going to download and install it and play it right now?
Yeah.
And like you'd be surprised, man. Like it actually works out because the other part of your brain is telling you, well, it's on sale right now, and like I
Right.
got to get it right now. But the thing is that you just end up buying everything on sale and not playing anything. So even if you were to wait and buy it later when it's not on sale, it would actually be cheaper because you buy less games.
Dude, I'm 100% convinced that Sam thinks that when she gets sales, like, oh, it's half off. I like in her brain, I feel like she thinks that we're making money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what. So that's
it.
that's a thing, by the way. That's an actual like psychological thing. So people that are obsessed with buying shit,
Yeah.
whenever they see a deal, it's not, oh, I'm getting a discount. It's, oh, I am making money by buying this.
Exactly.
Oh, I am
Yeah,
making a progression by buying this.
She's got that shit, dude. Send me a
Yeah,
link. I gotta find. I gotta find out whatever that's called.
yeah.
Oh, see, Pyronical in chat mentions a website, isthereanydeal.com. And that's a website I've used for years and years. And it's great to see if, like, if you're interested in a game, you can look it up and see, like, oh, this was part of a bundle or it was on sale on GOG.com for this amount of money. And it kind of gives you an idea. Because the thing about deals is they always come back around
Yeah.
and they'll always be that price again or cheaper. So the problem with the Steam sale, at least for me, is I've had a chance to buy every single game that's on sale right now at that price already. And I didn't buy it at that time. So, you know, unless I'm ready to play it right now, I'm not going to buy it this time.
Well, that's what's. I mean, when is there any deal has popped up in my life is when we're having a game night or three are playing and the fourth person pops on the audio and they're like, "What are you guys playing?" And it's like, "Go to is there any deal? Because we need one more person to play," and they'll just go pick it up. If there's luck, you know, get on GLG or whatever it is, and that's a great place to like, oh, last minute buy. Let's see where it's at. Just pick it up.
Yeah, you might be able to find it cheaper from another website there
Yeah.
other than Steam, but you know, that's pretty rare that you're going to find it on sale at that moment, but it gives you a good idea of what a game's actual value is.
Bobby, if you
Yeah.
disagree with me one more time,
One more time. Have we been disagreeing this episode?
all right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's probably different for other people, but for me, Steam sales are pretty insignificant now.
Yeah. Oh, that was my whole point. There was a certain point where we hit 50-50, and it's been dwindling since then. Especially with like,
Well, I mean, they do the winter sale, they do the summer sale, now they do the autumn sale, the Halloween sale. Like, there's a lot of sales, and then not to mention that sometimes games just go on sale for no reason. So, I mean, there's going to be several points through. Like, Sea of Thieves is a game I've had on my wish list, and I've been monitoring on Steam because I'm like, you know, I may not have the Xbox Game Pass forever, and I just like to have Sea of Thieves locked in. So I get an email every time that game goes on sale. Within the last 6 months, I feel like I've gotten that email 4 times. So, you know, it's games go on sale a lot. There's no rush to buy it or got to get it now, but I don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm just saying that because I've kind of been through this cycle many times before.
yeah.
All right.
Have you seen that thing about like that post on Reddit about Black Friday and how much it's changed in the past like 10 years? How like Black Friday used to be able to buy like $400 worth of fucking clothes for like $12, but now you buy a laptop that has like a Pentium core fucking processor for like $150 that you don't need, and it's just shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really did the Black Friday thing.
I don't participate in it like in person at all.
True sales are hard to find.
Yeah, like actual
Promotional sales are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
God, put that on my epitaph. That was significant.
All right. Next question from Krampus Division. What's the most inappropriate gift you've given or received?
So I am big on white elephants. I've introduced white elephants to 3 like groups, like friendship groups that I wouldn't intermix, and it's a good time. It's fun. It's strategy. It's a good. Nobody gives a fuck. Whatever. It's like, it's fun. They're shitty gifts, and it's just a good time.
Oh yeah, white elephant implies that you're doing it with joke gifts, right? As opposed to.
I mean, in my experience, most people get something that somebody would like, and then some people just get shitty ass gifts. But like,
yeah, it's not really that fun that way.
Well, most of the time, like when I played the game, it's gifts that people would want, like good stuff. But then there have been times, and it's been specifically called white elephant, when it's gifts that people would not they wouldn't want, but it's kind of like jokes or something.
Well, and how I mitigate that is I like to put a minimum and a maximum. Right.
Yes.
$20 to $30 you have to spend on this. Not like a $40 limit, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It mitigates that whole thing, and then so you have I like it. It's like playing Survivor, dude. They're like fucking people getting voted out.
It's like playing Survivor.
Yeah. Anyway, so what the fuck were we talking about?
Inappropriate gifts.
Oh yeah. So for about 4 years, my white elephant was always a dick, like a big dildo, shaped perfectly, like wrapped perfectly, so you knew exactly what it was. But then that's not what it was. When you opened it up, it was a different thing. So I bought a summer sausage with like 2 like some sort of egg-shaped things, and I put them in there. But that's not what the gift was. The gift was the lottery tickets that were getting cummed out of the summer sausage, like psh. You get it?
Like with the sound effects and everything.
Yeah. Like you open it up, it goes. Psh.
Oh my
and
god!
So like every year, I would try to like wrap my gift super tight so that you would know what it is, but it was misdirection. I was going for nips, and it was great. I enjoyed giving those gifts very much.
What about you, Nick?
By the way, let really quickly. I think lotto tickets, like lottery tickets, not scratchers, are the best gifts ever to give. Because are we going to choose the trust tree right now, Bobby?
Sure.
Okay. If you won $50 million on
that you gave me, you would feel entitled to part
not
of it?
Not entitled. Would you feel...
Oh my god!
Like you would have to give me at least $1 million out of your $50 million.
The problem with that is
there's no problem with that.
The problem with winning any sort of lottery is you can take like the lump sum, but you're going to get killed on taxes.
Yeah, right,
so you get it paid out
taxes.
over time.
Yeah.
So that means that I would have to like pay you out over time, like a long time.
No.
If you give this to somebody who you don't plan on having like a like
no, I got a text
a loving relationship with
this dude. She's gonna take care of all of this.
Okay. I don't know, man.
Despite goddamn you and taxes, dude. If taxes weren't a thing, and you want
what world are we living in where taxes are not a thing? What fantasy
it's a thing? You can give a gift, a one-time gift. I learned this on watching Soundslayer Redemption. You could do a one-time gift without taxes to another person.
Okay, but to give that gift, I would have to have the money that I don't yet have because I haven't got it from the lottery. And if I got
would you do? Oh, you're saying that you would always take the time. You would never take the lump sum.
No, nobody ever does when they win a lottery
No, you
because
would.
you
they
You're not
lose.
do.
supposed to take the
You
lump
lose a
sum.
ton of money.
Oh, yes, they do, dude.
The lump sum.
There's a lot of dummies out there, dude. That just take the lump sum.
Okay, they're out of their minds then because
Yeah.
it's
They're what we call
you lose
stupid.
a ridiculous amount
Yeah.
to taxes.
Yeah.
But most people get, I would
Like
assume, get
10,
it paid out
15%.
over time, and they have it all set up to do that because they know that most people are
I'm
going
not
to do
saying that I'm asking for the money, Bobby. I'm just saying, okay, over years, would you give me a gift every year? Like maybe a car every
Yeah,
year.
I mean, okay, you and me, yeah, but I'm saying like, what if you got this to someone you don't really know, like somebody?
I
that's-
wouldn't buy somebody I don't know lottery
Okay,
tickets.
wow, all right, this is just kind of a weird scam you got going on. I'm just gonna buy everybody close to me lottery tickets. It's just kind of like having a.
100%.
Sounds like you just want to win a lottery, Emilio. Why don't
Yeah.
you play the lottery? Shit.
Yes. Yes. To all of this.
Well, I don't think I've ever played the lottery before. Someone has given me like scratchers as a gift, I think, but other than that, I've never played the lottery.
And a lottery in New Zealand is tax free and paid in lump sum. Also, anonymity is guaranteed. America does it weird. Dude,
We do
yes.
everything weird.
Everything you just said
we're-
is correct.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think the UK used to take some of the money. The government would take some of the money they made off the lottery, and they would put it towards. They would use it to fund films, like it was part of like the
Oh, shit.
film institution or whatever. I don't think they
Well,
do
in
that
California,
anymore.
that's how we pay with our schools. That's the only way.
Mhm.
When you put NZ, I was like, News Mexico.
News Mexico's?
Uh,
Oh man.
all right.
As far as inappropriate gifts I've seen, I had a friend who she was pregnant, and one of my friends gave her condoms, and he didn't know that she was pregnant as like a joke, and she was like not trying to be pregnant, and she ended up having the baby and everything, and it was just like a really awkward thing because everyone knew she was pregnant except for him. And it was just like a really awkward time for like the rest of the night. And it was like a 6-hour party.
I mean, that's just that's really putting your foot in your mouth. But still, like giving someone condoms as a present, that's a little weird too.
No, it was like a white elephant thing.
Oh,
and
okay.
like and like he got her like the extra large Costco box of like 80 condoms.
I'm upset with Cornelius. He always brings up like how Canada is better than we are, and in my opinion, politically they are a lot. But he's like, Canada uses lottery to fund social programs. Okay, man, like we get it. You guys are better.
Well, I don't know. Maybe America does that too. I don't know what they do
Well,
with the
schools, I
lottery.
guess, are social programs.
All right. Next question from Zap Cratchit. He's got a few more here. What are your thoughts on NFTs in gaming? Do they have a place, or are they just another scumbag cash grab?
I don't know, man. Anytime I feel like there's a new way to make money, gaming's like, let's do it. I'm just like, come on.
When I first
Versus
thought-
microtransactions, now it's NFTs.
Well, NFTs in gaming are they being incorporated in gaming?
Yeah, dude. It's like
Hmm.
a lot of the big companies were like, we got to jump on this right now. It's the metaverse and all this stuff. And basically, we've talked about it before that like exclusivity is so special. Like I bought, you got that skin? That skin was only available in these 6 months of this year. And if you have that means you're a hardcore fan. I mean, we fell for that in Smite, right?
Mhm. Well, you did. I didn't spend a dime on Smite for the longest time, and it used to drive Chad
I think you
crazy.
spent thousands of dollars on.
Oh, Here's of the Storm.
Here's of the Storm.
Yeah. But I ended up buying the Smite God Pack. And what's funny is I bought it like right at the end of when I stopped playing Smite. So they got me on the way out. But hey, $30 for like all the gods, can't beat that. And plus, they earned it. I spent so much time in that game.
Yeah, but my point is that exclusivity.
So, well, what are the NFTs in the game? Are they skins? Are they cosmetics? Like-
Yeah, whatever. It might
Okay.
be a hat, but it might be a one-off. You're the one guy that gets the fuchsia hat in this, whatever game it is.
Yeah.
And so it's funny because when I when I heard about NFTs, I never even applied it to gaming. I was like, oh, this is
That's
just
one of the
art.
first things I thought about, dude. I was like, this is gonna fuck shit up, dude.
I'd never thought about it, dude. And then obviously, yeah, it makes perfect sense that you would encode whatever a code into an item to make it so exclusive that you're the dude, or you and 7 other people are the guys or ladies that have this purple pistol, whatever it is. And so it guarantees ultimate exclusivity. Sounds awesome. But then when I feel like when the CEOs and everybody heard about this, they're like, get on it. This is it. We're going to do it. We're going to hit it so hard. We're going to hit the ground running. We're going to make as much money as possible. And then when you go into something with that kind of like, let's make as much money as possible, you ruin the whole thing. Like, you could have made it really special. You could have really made it really special where there was a tournament and you win the one thing. There's only one, and you get the golden lottery ticket or whatever the fuck. You could have gamified it, but no, you monetized it instead of gamifying it, and you fucked it up.
What games are doing this?
Ubisoft did it, and then they were like, oh, it's coming to like the future Rainbow Sixes and all this other shit, and people did not like that. It's like super downvoted, like into oblivion. It got really, really bad fucking like feedback from it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see how people would be after the whole loot box thing that we went through a couple years ago. I could see how people would be a little suspect with this. I mean, I imagine there's a decent way to incorporate it into games, but I don't know. That's tricky.
EA is still trying to figure out a way how to get past loot boxes because they're banning like half the countries in the fucking EU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for the most part, I feel like it's really just a bad look for any game or any developer to release a game with loot boxes that are obviously trying to exploit the player base. Like, it's a big turnoff. Gamers see that and they're just like, nah. So I don't think anyone's really doing that too much anymore. And I'm sure there's some legal stuff too. But I don't know. NFTs, of course, like people are going to want to exploit that to make a lot of money. But I could just see gamers being really, really apprehensive about that for good reason. Anyone still playing New World? Zap also asks.
Nay.
I don't think anyone is. I feel like it's really died down on our Discord server. But
a lot of people still playing.
I know we still got a couple of people, like we've got a channel for it and like a couple of people still hopping on and playing, but I don't know. I think it kind of came and went.
You know the game they need to fucking make MMO style? It's
What's
goddamn the game that we have for Game of the Week. Or Game of the Weeks. Imagine that MMO style.
A Bannerlord?
Yeah. Where like you get to hang around with your like NPC buddies, and then you get to meet up with your other homies, and you have like your fiefdoms and shit, and you get to assault your other friends with your armies of NPCs.
Well, there is multiplayer. Cool. There is multiplayer, and I waited forever in a queue to try to get into a match. Never happened.
I wonder if you need to play with mods, because I know there's a big community for the Bannerlord like multiplayer. So.
A lot of people are. There's like 25,000 people playing the game, so I don't know where they're at. They're not playing. They can't be playing single player. Like they gotta.
They can be.
I mean, they could be, but come on, like there's got to be people playing multiplayer. I shouldn't be waiting 10 minutes in a queue, but you're right. Maybe it does have something to do with the mods.
Yeah, because like it's like for Total War, like there's a lot of people like, oh, I can't find any games. Or there's a bunch of people who are like, oh, you just have to download this one mod because people refuse to play multiplayer unless you have this mod. So it might be the same thing. Where you won't find the playlist unless you have that mod.
Mm-hmm. Welcome, everybody. Luna's on the podcast now. Say hi.
Hey, Luna.
I would
bring out my midget, but she's asleep.
She's not 2 yet. I don't know. They had a fight out there, so she's coming in. We're almost done here. Are we still playing New World? No, but I nominated for Game of the Year. But more on that why next episode.
All right. Last questions are coming from Santa Conius. Please put in order of preference: eating, playing, video games, drinking, reading, watching movies, sex, watching sex, scratching your balls. It's a lot of stuff.
Hold on, let me get the list on paper real quick.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But I feel like the big thing for me was, where do I put watching movies as opposed to playing video games?
Well, I think the thing that makes me big is eating.
Well, everyone's got to eat. I feel like that should be up there.
Yeah.
I don't see sleeping anywhere on there. That should be.
Yeah.
That's up there.
What is wrong with you then? What's wrong with the puzzle maker that he can't figure out his own puzzle, dude? Like, we gotta sleep.
But you know what? It's funny. It changes for me between like watching movies and playing video games. For the most part,
watching sex.
For the most part, I feel like I'm more inclined to watch movies. But then every now and then, I'm just like, I really feel like playing video games right now.
Yeah. It's so nice to have. Oh, we didn't have internet for an hour at the house. Like, what did people do before
Oh
internet?
my God, living like savages.
Yeah. Hunting. There's two options: hunting triceratops, or fucking watching The Witcher. That's it. That's it. There's no other choice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, Santaconia says, could we have Bobby do some push-ups, Emilio scratch his belly and mumble something in Spanish, and Nick talk sexy and the theme of Warhammer 40K all at the same time?
Do you think that were your playthings, dude?
What is this, OnlyFans? What the fuck?
Do you think that I'm funny like a clown? Like,
oh, we're just dancing monkeys.
I'll do
up
my
here.
part.
I'm way too tired for push-ups.
There was once an Adeptus Sororitas sister that found an Imperial Guardsman that was laying naked in the battlefield.
No me toques así.
Oh, my goodness.
Demasiado.
Oh, what a
So,
nightmare.
Bobby, yeah, you weren't going to get Bobby to do shit.
I have been so, like, not tired, but sleepy today. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I almost took a nap after breakfast, which is odd. Very odd for me.
All right,
I
folks.
can't imagine a nap is any kind of proper for you.
No.
I'm so glad that you guys tuned into this action-packed episode where we talked about.
Nobody's even wearing a Santa hat
Fuck that.
for a Christmas episode.
I know.
I don't want to see it.
Well, what's everyone playing next week?
More motherfucking Bannerlord, son.
I'm blaming
Give me more of
Bannerlord.
it.
That's what I'm going to be playing.
Bannerlord? Okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm at a point where I'm like, I got to put this game down.
Why, though? We
Well, I
have
put
another week.
14 hours into it already. So, like,
Okay.
I'm
Jesus
deep-
Christ, you played more than me.
Yeah.
But
I'm-
if you're enjoying it, dude.
yeah, but we'll talk about this
big's
more
your
next
hold
week.
on, hold up.
It's
Just a teaser. How big's your army?
my army. I mean, not as big as you'd think. Because I send a lot of them off on quests. So I'm
More
maxed
than
out on
45?
companions. What?
More than 45?
Yeah, it's probably around 80 or 90.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, you're a savage.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll get into it next week. Like, I really do like the game. I think it's a fantastic game that does some really cool stuff, but I got some complaints. I got some bones to pick. All right. So, yeah, it sounds like it's going to be more of that. And then, I don't know. Hit me up if anyone wants to play some Sea of Thieves.
Sounds good.
Sorry, guys. Nothing's better than child laughter. It's the best
A
sound
child's
in the world.
laughter.
Yeah.
That's our Christmas gift to you.
Yeah.
Or-
Bannerlord for me.
Oh, we got to play Fire Teams. If anyone wants to play
Oh, that's right.
Aliens Fire Teams.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Come on,
I downloaded it.
Yeah, I got it ready to
That's
go.
halfway there, Bobby.
Is it on Game Pass?
Yes, it's on Game
Okay,
Pass.
I'll download it right now.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
let's do
bye-bye.
it.
Bye.
I can't say titties this time. So, speaking for Bobby, Nick, Luna, the Luna, and myself, Merry Christmas, everybody. Motherfucking titties! Bye-bye. Bye. ¿Cuántos años tienes? That's one for the uninitiated.